We're a social enterprise based here in Liverpool, and we do have a gallery just off Queen Avenue, just off Castle Street. But basically, we are a social enterprise that exists to support local artists and champion creativity and make sure everyone can get art into their lives, really. So in real terms, that means we have our gallery where we sell our member artists' work. We also sell their work online. We have a framing service, we have a fine art printing service. We do all those kind of things that you might imagine a gallery does. But at the core of that, it's a membership scheme for local artists. So any artist can apply to become a member with us, and then they get a package of help and support, which will help them develop their careers and make a living out of their work. And then alongside that, we run our art classes for the general public, which are all run by our member artists. And we also run our schools program, which is our inter-school art competition.
Liverpool has always been a kind of city that champions art. You know, we've got things like the Tate, the Walker Gallery, obviously. It seems though in the past couple of years, it's kind of grown our love for art and our understanding of it. And that's down to places like Dot Art, isn't it? But there is a kind of big scene now for artists in the city, isn't there?
Yes, I mean, thank you. It's, we're very lucky in the city. As you say, we have an amazing arts infrastructure. And we're also very lucky that we all sort of seem to work together. We have amazing organisations called Cool and Lark, which are the creative organisations, which is the 30 smaller arts organisations in Liverpool, and Lark, which is the sort of 10 larger ones. And we do tend to work together. And I think that approach has really paid off, especially in the last 10 years since Capital of Culture, where, we work with each other and with the council and with various other partners to really deliver a fantastic range of arts activities of all different types, or different scales, or different sizes throughout the year that everyone can get involved with, and hopefully everyone can see that that's really accessible and that art is really for everyone. And that's always been our ethos.
Tell us about the classes that you run, because some of these have gone virtual now, and we can actually buy vouchers for someone to enjoy this maybe over Christmas.
Yes, exactly. So we've run art classes for about 10 or 11 years now in person, and they're really successful. Obviously, it's been a bit of a struggle this year. So we have delivered now some online classes, so you can go online and you can do those in your own time as well. So we have things like abstract art, introduction to portrait drawing, drawing techniques, lots of different ones. So hopefully a bit of a nice gift idea to buy something a bit different that they can just do in their own time. And we are still running some in-person classes as well. Obviously, they've been a bit off and on with everything that's going on, but we have a few running in December, and we will be launching some more after Christmas as well.
Can anyone become an artist? I always think this when I see some of these classes. I think, I wonder if, because I am useless, can anyone give it a go and do a decent job?
Definitely. I mean, I think there's two different questions. Not everyone's going to want to be an artist for a living, but everyone can do art and get something out of it and enjoy it. Everyone always says to me, "Oh, you an artist?" I'm not by any stretch of the imagination, but I do love art, and I did art at school. And I've always said I'll sort of take it back up again when I retire. But I've actually, over the last few years, I've been doing some of our courses from time to time. And I have to say, it's so good for you, for your mental health, because you have to focus on it. You have to concentrate. You can't be looking on your phone. You can't be doing two different other things at the same time. And it doesn't really matter what the outcome is what I mean. It's the process. It's doing that. It's being creative. It's expressing yourself is just wonderful. I would really recommend it to anyone. It's a really lovely way to spend some time and switch off your brain a bit.
And I think now more than ever that's what we could all do. We could all do with. So get involved. Those vouchers are on the Dot Art website. I was scrolling through the Dot Art website just before chatting to Lucy, just in case I missed anything, and I come across the store. Seriously, check this out. My mum's birthday Christmas present is sorted. My sister's birthday present is sorted. There's some fantastic things on there, Lucy, isn't there?
And I have to say, he's not just saying that. I did just get a large order from Jay, so I was very impressed. Yes, thank you. We do have a very, very large online store, which people don't perhaps know about. All work created by our member artists. We have things like our Christmas building, our Liver building and cathedral baubles you put on your tree. But we have limited edition prints by local artists as well that start at like £25. So it's really affordable, really accessible. But you're buying from local artists, you're supporting a local small organisation, and there's loads to choose from. And if you do get stuck, or if you have an idea or a budget or something, you can always drop us an email and we'll put together some ideas for you as well.
Love that. Let's talk about younger artists, because you do a great program every year, and this is schools. Again, a big section on your website about this. Just tell us what you're doing this year, because this has continued even in 2020, which is good to see.
Thank you. Yeah, so our Dot Art Schools programme, it's in our 9th year now. So it's an annual inter-school art competition. And so far we've worked with over 8,000 children, we had an impact report done last year actually, which was really fantastic to actually have an external independent person from Liverpool Hope University came in and wrote this report on what the impact has been on our work with all these children for the last years. And it was just really fantastic to see. I mean, we see it every year, and you have those anecdotal conversations with people, but to actually have someone sort of write it down, you know, we genuinely believe we change children's lives every year, because it's opening up all these possibilities, it's championing creativity, it's saying to them that being creative is important and it's valuable, and you know, there's a career path here if you're interested. But it's also about building confidence, and it's incredibly important for mental health. So this year we felt obviously it's more important than ever, but it's been more difficult than ever. So our end of year exhibition in June obviously couldn't happen. We were fortunate to be able to get some funding from the Arts Council. We managed to build a virtual gallery, so we were able to give the 2020 cohort some kind of exhibition to showcase their work, even though it wasn't in person, which was a brilliant thing. And then this year, we again know that it's really, really vital for children to engage with creativity to help process all these, you know, very huge amounts of confusion and stress and anxiety that's come up with the pandemic. We also know that schools are really, really stretched, and you know, they've got lots to catch up on, they've got huge amounts on their plate, they've got a lot to deal with, and so you know, the arts perhaps aren't going to be the top of their priority list in terms of just day-to-day management. So what we've managed to do is we are doing a big giveaway. So usually schools will pay £150 to take part in our programme, which is for the whole year, for a whole year of children. So it's a very small fee anyway, but we are giving away 54 places on this year's scheme. And that's for schools across the Liverpool City region. So the 6 boroughs of the City region, primary or secondary or SEN schools. It's mainly for schools that haven't taken part before, because we want to get lots of new schools involved. But basically anyone at any school can just drop us an email and get a free place and really see the benefits and the values of taking part.
That is brilliant. And what's the deadline on that, Lucy? What's the date to get those applications in?
That's the 17th of December is the deadline, but it is first come, first served. So when they're gone, they're gone.
Okay, so 17th of December, and make sure you get them in. We'll keep pushing that on the Guide Liverpool. Lucy, you're also, you know, a shop owner, if you like. It's a great gallery. It's a store people can visit. I presume you're looking forward to the 2nd of December.
We certainly are. I mean, it's, you know, we just about got reopen. We sort of did a gradual reopening from July, and it got to sort of September, October, and we were fully back open 6 days a week. And then, of course, we had to sort of gradually shut back down again. So we're obviously waiting to hear the announcement on Thursday as to how much we will be open, but we will definitely be reopen a minimum 3 days a week from the 3rd of December right up to Christmas. Depending on whether we go into tier 2 or tier 3, it might be more than that, but it will be a minimum 3 days a week throughout December. So yeah, we're really excited to do that. Obviously, this time of year is really important for our artists to make sales and for us to sort of generate that income to keep us going as a business. So we keep everything crossed for Thursday. But yes, it's lovely to know that we will be open one way or another.
And obviously culture in this city, we don't even need to say it. It's such a huge part of Liverpool. Art a massive part of that. What you guys do at Dot Art, again, the other galleries and places that we've got, loads of artists who've had a really difficult year. What would you say to anyone now involved in our cultural sector, and to anyone who wants to support it, to see it through to 2021?
I mean, as you say, I think we're very lucky in the city. Culture has been become a really integral part of the city, and everyone can see the value of it, which isn't the case in every city. So I think we are really, really lucky in that sense. And you know, everyone's having a tough time, but the cultural sector in particular is having a tough time. I'm sure most sectors feel that way as well. I know hospitality, for example, is probably even worse, but the cultural sector is really having a tough time. And I think if we go into tier 3, I think most of the cultural sector won't be able to open either. So I think, you know, it's almost a cliche, but support your local arts organisation. Go onto their museum shops, go onto different things you can buy. You know, if they have online events, go and buy tickets for that. See what you can donate, see what you can, how you can get involved, and how you can just value it, I suppose, and make sure that they can see that there is a value there. And that goes for independent artists as well. You know, we work with artists every day, and they've had a really tough time. And we're certainly trying all we can to support them. And I think, you know, the people of Liverpool are as well, if we can just make it nice and easy for them.
And just one last question, because I still haven't met anyone who's got a business in the most beautiful little lane and alley in the city, in Queen's Alley. What's it like working there day to day? Because it's such a magical little place that us people that don't live or work there can only dream of. What is it like being based there?
Well, I have to say I have missed it this year. You know, I'm in here today, but it doesn't happen very often at the moment. And it's a wonderful place to work. I have to say I actually had my eye on this unit for about 8 years before I finally managed to get it. We were waiting for someone to retire because I've always thought this is the perfect location for us. You know, it's absolutely beautiful, but it's right in the centre of things now. But we are in this beautiful listed avenue. It's so picturesque. I mean, we get so many people just coming down here taking photos and saying what a beautiful spot it is. Yeah, I think it's ideal, and touch wood, we'll be here for a very long time.
You certainly will, and the perfect place to go Christmas shopping. From the 3rd, go and check out Dot Art, check out the online store, and schools get involved as well. Also, that virtual gallery is available for you to get involved in. Lucy Byrne from Dot Art, thank you so much, and best of luck for reopening.
Thank you so much, Jay.